His contributions to the game as a respected author and accomplished player are countless. However, Albert Warren Tillinghast's most enduring legacy was shaped as one of the most prolific architects in the history of golf, leaving his mark on more than 250 courses throughout North America. It has been said that Tillinghast simply could not conceive a bad hole. The American's understanding of golf was too profound and encompassed too many levels to design something mundane.
When I think of the classic Tillinghast golf courses, Bethpage and Baltusrol and Wingfoot, classic American, a real USGA, real US Open golf courses, narrow fairways, great big mature trees, just classical looking golf courses.
From some of the courses I've played of his, they're very memorable. You walk off and you remember each specific hole when you finish the round. And I think that's always a good sign of a golf course. Tillinghast seems to have an ability to make every hole stand out. And I love a lot of his design characteristics.
I think he's one of the best course designers, and I love every aspect, especially the greens. I think that's what brings out the best designers, is what they do on the greens, and he does an excellent job.
We always seem to play great golf tournaments on his golf courses, so that should tell you a lot about him. I mean, if they're worthy of major championships, it must be pretty good design.
His lasting imprint is multiple sets of 18-hole creations that stand up to changes in equipment and the new caliber of athletic golfers. To this day, the game's elite players who were able to lift a trophy after competing on a Tillinghast design have forever linked their names with excellence.
To present A.W. Tillinghast for induction, please welcome former golf correspondent for the Times of London and senior writer for Global Golf Post, John Hopkins.
It's interesting, isn't it? How many of the great and good in golf have two forenames? Robert Tyre Jones, Jack William Nicklaus, Arnold Daniel Palmer, Albert Warren Tillinghast, the forgotten genius of American golf course architecture, fits right into that category. Tilly, he bears the same name as Harry Vardon's mistress, which is a fact that might have escaped your attention, but I couldn't resist bringing. He was an only child born in Philadelphia in 1874. His father ran a thriving rubber company. As a boy, Tilly played cricket, so he knows the difference between silly mid-on and fine leg, and a googly and a Chinaman. He played rugby. Most of all, he played golf, well enough to enter the US Amateur, where he lost to competitors such as Chandler Egan, Chick Evans, and Walter Travis. Tilly finished 25th in the 1910 US Open. Now, he lived what could be euphemistically described as a colorful life. He was something of a polymath. He married at 20. He caroused. He played the piano. He dressed like a dandy, and he had a moustache with waxed ends that looked, it was noted, as though they could spike both the incoming and outgoing mail. Think of Hercule Poirot in Agatha Christie's detective novels, and you'll get the picture. He was a founder member of the PGA of America. He was editor and a contributor to Golf Illustrated. He wrote golf novels, though not as well as P.G. Wodehouse. He lived high on the hog, spending $10 for every 5 he earned. And this profligacy caught up with him eventually. He ended up selling antiques in Beverly Hills. What he did best, though, was design golf courses. The late years of the 19th century and the early ones of the 20th were good times to be in the fast-growing United States. a good time to be playing golf, and for Tilly, a good time to be designing golf courses. 1974, 32 years after Tilly's death, was a bumper year for him. 4 of his courses were used for USGA events. The West Course at Winged Foot for the US Open, San Francisco Golf Club for the Curtis Cup, Brooklyn Country Club for the US Junior Amateur, and Ridgewood Country Club for the US Amateur. Not bad for 1 year, eh? We know and we revere Alistair Mackenzie for his ability to use dead ground, a characteristic he learned in the Boer War, as well as for his skills in shaping bunkers. We admire Harry Colt for the way his courses become more difficult the nearer you get to the flagstick. So what are the characteristics of a Tillinghast course? Ben Crenshaw, who is to golf course architecture what Michelangelo is to ceiling painting, says that Tillinghast courses last and last. I suppose I will always think of a well-bunkered target of a green, not generously large, but usually one that fits the landscape beautifully, well contoured, and of proper size for the shot called for, Crenshaw wrote in a letter to me. Other experts talk of the way Tilly started with a green and worked back from there. They marvel at the fill pads on his courses, the greens, the bunkers, the surrounding areas that cause golfers to get to within 50 yards of a Tillinghast green and go, wow. Golf aficionados argue which architect did what to which hole or what course. Tilly himself claimed to have created the 7th and the 13th at Pine Valley, though George Crump's name is the one associated with that masterpiece. There is no argument, though, that Tillinghast was exceptional, a man to whom all today's architects owe a debt of gratitude. I began by introducing him as golf's forgotten genius. I end by hoping that he is no longer quite so forgotten. Thank you.